Well, your
that was such
other
bad
roommate
BO.
did laundry.
Oh my god, I had another roommate who couldn't do laundry.
Hey guys, today we are reading some Reddit stories, and these ones are about roommates. Bad roommates.
They suck.
Yeah, we have, well, you more so have some
I've
pretty
had my
bad
fair
roommate
share of
stories.
bad roommates. Well, let's look at these ones, and these guys got some pretty rough ones. So
Yeah. All right, first story. My roommates went from friendly movie nights to breaking into my locked room for makeup. I'm over it.
Dude,
Ugh,
like
that's so weird.
minor thefts like that just irk me so bad.
When I first moved into my off-campus apartment with 3 other girls, things were fine. We weren't best friends, but we were friendly, watched movies, cooked together, had a decent vibe. That's pretty good. I feel like that's that's kind of how I was with my roommates in college. Like, I wasn't really, like, super close with any of my roommates, but we were civil, and it was just pretty nice.
It's like, yeah, everyone's like, oh, we all want to be friends, and then you guys don't actually end up being friends.
Then the boundary issues started. First, it was little things, snacks disappearing, shampoo running out twice as fast, laundry detergent mysteriously gone.
That happened to me. I literally had, like, an entire year's worth of laundry, and then, 2 months in, I'm out. Oh my gosh. Tide Pods. All my Tide Pods were gone. I think I had 1 left or something like that.
Yeah.
And that was it. Just the one.
Oh my goodness. That's actually pretty funny.
I'm on your side. I don't care anymore.
When I brought it up, they'd laugh, deny it, or promise to replace it. Never happened. See, that sucks. Like, if you do use something, if you, like, need some shampoo or you really need laundry detergent and, like, they're not around or, like, if they don't respond to your text or something, just use it and then replace it really quickly. As
soon as you can.
Yeah, at least replace it. That's the bare minimum.
What happened to me was, my roommate needed laundry for a week. So I was like, yeah, you can have a Tide Pod. Sure, like I had a whole bucket of them. And then he just never went and bought his own. So he just kept he didn't ask the next time. So he just took them. And then suddenly, like 2 months later, after I'm all out and there's 1 left, I caught him taking one. He's like, oh yeah, I've been using your Tide Pods, man. I'll get you some new ones. He did, which was nice.
He did. Then it got bigger. I saw one roommate wearing my wristwatch on Snapchat without asking. Another time I came home to strangers sleeping in my bed. Oh no.
You gotta burn those.
No.
You gotta burn the bed sheets. You gotta change your pillowcases, man. Oh my god.
I don't even know how I'd react to that. I would be so unbelievably upset.
I would be so mad. Oh,
that's my bed.
Yeah,
I sleep in there. You can't sleep in there.
You can't sleep in someone else's bed without permission.
I wouldn't want to do that. That's freaking weird. They also love to use my special cooking tools that I bought myself and leave them greasy or slightly damaged.
Oh my
We
gosh.
also had that.
I had a different roommate who just loved to clean his greasy stove with my only dish rag that I would use to dry my hands after dishes. He would just leave the greasy piled up rag on the stove and just not ever touch it. Oh.
I forgot how bad
I had a lot of
your roommates
bad
were,
roommates,
dude.
man.
That's when I finally locked everything down, bought a lockbox, a mini fridge, and started locking my bedroom door. Fair.
Yeah.
Very fair. They called me paranoid and dramatic, but honestly, it was the only way to have peace of mind.
Yeah, no, like you have no privacy or possessions because they just steal from you and break into your room.
Yeah, that's so weird. Like, I wouldn't lock my bedroom door, but I just knew that my roommates wouldn't go in there. Like, I didn't feel...
You'd feel safer.
But if I did feel that way, I would be locked.
Yeah, if
they took one thing from me, if they went in my room without me there, without asking, I would...
Yeah, if that boundary had ever been crossed, then I'm locking my door every time.
Yeah.
Only time I think I went into other people's rooms without them being there was to put their garbage that was in the common room into their room, so that way they would see it.
Guy roommates in college are very messy, dude.
You just get a real mixed bag, because I also had some really good ones who are super polite, super nice. You get along, the arm's length.
I was just very civil with my roommates. Yeah, but girls are like, they're just more clean most of the time. Not all the time. They can definitely be messy too, but they're just a little more respectful of your space and the common space.
So many stinkers, and one who literally stank. He lived in like the furthest one from my room, luckily. But every time he opened his door, the stink would like permeate to like 10, 20 feet outside of his door. He did not do laundry. And it was bad.
Well,
it
your
was such
other
bad
roommate
BO.
did laundry.
He did laundry.
Sorta.
Oh my god. Another roommate who couldn't do laundry. No,
he just left his clothes wet and pretty much almost gave you mildew poisoning.
Yeah, he did like 3 loads of laundry in one tub. So everything was packed, everything was soaked. Then he does one dryer cycle, so nothing dries, and then just left it in the closet. In this room, it was 3 people in one room plus one closet that was all split. It was very tight, and that closet didn't have a door. So that pile of laundry was sitting in there for months, just reeking up the place. It was so bad. You would smell it as soon as you walked in, and there's at least 3 different doors, and you would smell it through every single room. I had headaches. I had trouble focusing on homework because of it. Oh,
That's horrible.
I was so pissed at that.
Yeah, you should know how to take care of things at least a little bit when you get to college.
If you're gonna move away from your parents, you better be able to be away from your parents.
You should have posted in this Reddit story.
Oh, I should have.
Like you were just telling all of your
just getting them all
bad
out.
Roommate stories. Okay, we're finishing the story.
Back to the story.
Okay, at first it seemed to work. Things were tense, but they eventually apologized, and I thought maybe we'd turn a corner. Then 2 days later, one roommate literally broke into my locked room to grab makeup because she really needed it. I wish I was exaggerating,
How did she
but
break in?
That was the final straw. My family's coming to help me pack up, and I'm leaving. I don't care if the lease overlap is a headache. I'm not living with people who think breaking into my room is acceptable behavior.
Yeah, no. Smart move. Get yourself out of there.
That's horrible.
Because they really need it. They really need your stuff all the time. Like,
you really need to be away from them. God. You should file a police report for theft and lost goods. They'll continue this behavior and need to understand it's not okay. There has to be real consequences.
Yeah, take them to the civil claims court. They put them on Judge Judy.
Check your credit. They could have taken this a lot further since they had access to your things.
You know, the Reddit it's nice to know that they're covering all their bases.
Yeah,
but
that's pretty extreme.
That's a lot.
I don't know.
You know, they taking the small things around the house, like taking toiletries, taking laundry detergent, small consumables. But it doesn't seem like they'd be taking it. That's a lot further.
Sleeping in your bed? Oh, heck no. I would have grabbed them by the ankles and dragged them out of the house. Broke into your room? What, kick the door down? That would only happen once. Yeah, the sleeping in the bed thing is probably one of the worst, I think.
Roommates trying to force me out even though I literally just stay in my room over my bookshelf. They just hate bookshelves. It reminds them that they can't read. We got some texts from CA. Let's say Carly. Hey! It starts with an H. What's a good H name? That's not yours. Hey Holly, I want to talk openly about our housing situation. Over the past 3 months, there have been a lot of ongoing tension around our living arrangement. It feels like we haven't been able to find common ground or reach any resolutions. It's creating a lot of stress and discomfort in what's supposed to be a place where we can relax and feel at ease. Oh no! What are you doing to cause stress and discomfort? Because of that, I feel the most practical solution might be for us to discontinue being roommates. Even though I know that comes with the inconvenience of moving and adjusting to a new unit, I would like to continue living with blank and blank. And I did look into whether 3 of us could move into another unit so that it wouldn't cause any difficulty for you. Unfortunately, there isn't another unit available that would accommodate the 3 of us. So get the heck out of here.
Yeah.
Frick you, Holly. Yeah, you suck. Given that, I was wondering if you could be open to exploring other housing options. We just don't like you, go away. For example, whether the building might be able to offer you a single or another unit that would make things easier and more comfortable for you as well. I genuinely think this could help reduce the stress for everyone involved and lead to a better situation overall. If you have other suggestions or ideas you'd like to share, I'm open to discussing them, and if you do end up moving, I'm more than happy to help you with your packing or moving of your things. Thanks for understanding. It's crazy, but thanks for understanding as if this is happening.
Whether you
get
like
out of
it
here.
or not.
Yeah, thank you for your cooperation here. I'm not open to exploring other housing options. You're more than welcome to see what your other options are. Good job. Are you kidding me? They just, you caused tension. How? It's stressful for us. How? I don't like it. Just say it. Well, I did look into all other options so that the 3 of us could get one together. It's just that there isn't any units available for it. Hence why I asked you to be kind enough for this. Yeah, Holly.
Don't pull that.
Holly, if you were a kind person, you'd completely move out and leave us alone because we don't like you. I'm not open to exploring other housing options. You're more than... Oh my gosh, that's a copy and paste. That's great. I get that, but do you have any suggestions? Like I said, I'm open to that box at the end of the day. This is between the four of us.
Doesn't feel like it.
I'm open to that. But at the end of the day, this is between the four of us. I was like, box? I'm not open to exploring other housing options. You're more than welcome to see what other options are. But it's also not like we are having a comfortable environment right now. I would prefer if we can actually have a conversation about it, Holly, which is two-way. Is there anything else? I'm not open. I think there is a slight glitch in my network, but I'm just saying multiples of the same message. That is purposeful. There you go. Well, I look forward to hearing from you to have an actual talk about it. I'm sure you know that's important to raise these concerns with you first rather than approaching someone else. True, but these concerns aren't concerns. You just don't like this lady, and it doesn't seem like she's doing anything to cause that. I'm not open to exploring, blah, blah, blah. I look forward to when you are ready to have a mature conversation. Thank you so much. Look, I'm just trying to make it through the year. I don't know where all this animosity from the three of you is coming from. I've always gotten along well with my roommates, and even though we haven't been the best fit, I simply come home and leave you guys alone. I gave you permission to move the bookshelf you had issues with, and you've chosen not to. You asking me to leave is ridiculous. Like I said, you can look into your other options, such as you looking for your own single living unit or separating from the other girls, but I'm just trying to make it through the year. You had an argument over a bookshelf, and now it's like, you need to leave. Holly, all of us are trying to make it through the year, and this living situation is taking a toll on all of us. Similarly, we have also lived with other roommates, so this is not the first time we are sharing space, and we also never had issues with them. We may not have been best friends, but it was not taking a toll on us. If it's something that is yours, it's just not right that we do it without you, hence why. I have looked at my other options, and honestly, I'm also really trying hard to just make it through. And I am also going through things. Okay, so for me, having the other two helps me a lot mentally, and hence why I am personally hesitant of separating from them, because I know that if I do, especially right now with things not really working out for me, so I'm just trying to hold on to things that will help me get through everything.
Okay, you do that.
You do that.
This girl continue.
Yeah, like her being around isn't doing anything. Also, I know that you are really vocal and supportive about mental health, and this girl, Carly, sucks so bad. I know that you're really vocal and supportive about mental health and inclusion, which is why I thought maybe you'll be able to understand that. I know that asking you move is not something you really want to deal with, and it was honestly my last resort. I just wish that you would be open and also understand my point of view. I understand your perspective, but my position hasn't changed. I am not exploring other housing options. I maintain a neutral presence in the apartment and have not contributed to any tension. As I've mentioned previously, you're welcome to explore your own options. I will not be continuing this conversation further. Have a good night. Good call. I'm not having this talk before bed. Frick you. I would appreciate it if you could think it through, to be honest, and I thought you'll be more open if I had the conversation with you rather than dragging others into it. I will not be continuing this conversation further tonight. Have a good night. Another copy paste, that's good. I would like if you text things rather than copy pasting your messages from earlier. Well, I mean, she's saying the same thing with more words. Holly here is saying the same thing with the same words. So, as there have been no direct requests to change anything other than the bookshelf, I am keeping to myself in the apartment that I have lived in for over a year now. I have the appropriate price point, and moving out would put significant strain on me. Now seriously, I have lessons to plan. Good night. What if there is no change in your price point? And like I said, I will be happy to help you move as much as you like if those are your concerns. No, Carly, I've made it quite clear. Please stop. Oh, and we get context too. Great. This is good. More reading, because I'm doing great at this. Some of you might recognize me as the girl whose roommates lost their minds over the placement of my bookshelf a while back. You know, that would make sense that you post about that. Unfortunately, things have escalated instead of settling down. For context, I've lived in this apartment for over a year, longer than my current roommates. So they are moving in, knowing that you're there, and now asking you to get out.
Heck no, dude.
I've never had issues with my past roommates. I'm quiet, work full-time, and when I'm home, I sit in my room and mind my business. I don't use shared spaces much, I don't host people, and I don't start conflict. Sounds like the ideal...
Sounds like you're a great roommate.
Sounds like the ideal roommate.
It's literally what I tried to do in college. I would just go to my room. I didn't use the common space except to, like, make coffee and tea.
Why do people have such a problem with that? Oh, we have to be friends, otherwise it's not gonna work.
I don't
It's like, that's not at all true. The original issue was that one roommate, let's call her Karen, didn't like where my bookshelf was placed in the shared area. I told her she was welcome to move it wherever worked better for her. She chose not to. She claimed it's because she didn't want to move my things without me present. but she's moved some of my other things multiple times without my prior knowledge or consent. That should have been the end of it. Fast forward to now, another roommate who I'll call Carol, oh, it was Carol, who also happens to be close friends with Karen, messaged me saying the living situation is taking a toll on her and that the best solution would be for me to move out so she can continue living with the other two roommates. She framed it as a mental health issue and said it was for her last resort. Feel free to see the attached screenshots. We did. I said no, clearly and calmly. I'm not looking for other housing options. I'm just trying to make it through the year. Part of why I'm not open to moving out is I'm disabled and moving is physically taxing for me. On top of that, there are only 5 months left on my lease. I've also confirmed with apartment management that there are no available units at my current price point, meaning moving would significantly increase my living expenses right before Christmas. In addition to being extremely inconvenient and disruptive, I told her that she was welcome to explore her other options, to which she pushed back. I repeated my position multiple times. I literally copy and pasted the words because I didn't want my words to get twisted around. She's tried to do this before, and my therapist recommended I do this since they've been manipulative. That they do sound very manipulative. I mean, trying to bring in, oh, you care about mental health, so I have mental health problems that only you moving will fix. She's continued asking, reframing, and pressing, despite me making my stance very clear. At that point, it stopped feeling like a conversation and feeling like harassment. Yeah, that those texts stopped becoming like, hey, can we talk about this? And more just like, move out. What also didn't sit right with me was the way she framed the request around mental health and asked if I'd be kind enough to move. I care deeply about mental health, but using it in this way felt manipulative, as if my empathy was being leveraged to pressure me into making a major one-sided sacrifice. It positioned me as unkind or uncaring for simply maintaining a regional boundary, even though moving would be physically taxing for me as a disabled person and financially harmful with only 5 months left on my lease. Mental health shouldn't be used as a bargaining chip to push someone into something they've already said no to. Yeah. To be very clear, I don't bother them. I don't interfere with their routines. I don't spend time in shared spaces. No one has asked me to change anything other than the bookshelf. I come home and sit in my room, and that's it. Despite this, I'm being pressured to uproot my life so that the other three can stay together comfortably, even though I've lived here longer. I have done nothing to create conflict, and moving would place a disproportionate burden on me. I've now documented everything with management, including screenshots of her continuing to push after I made my position very clear. I will admit that I do need to work on actually stopping engaging when I say I'm going to. And maybe the initial jukebox technique seemed a little much. They've always had trouble listening whenever I've said no. But I'm literally just existing in my bedroom. At this point, I genuinely want to know, am I missing something, or is this as unreasonable as it feels?
It's really unreasonable.
This is extremely unreasonable. I really want to know what their actual, why do they want you gone?
Yeah, because it just seems like they don't like her.
Yeah, it literally is just
you're not in their clique, so they don't like you. They don't want you there.
That typical mean girl attack strategy. 3 of us, 1 of you, therefore we're correct and you're wrong. Leave a comment and tell us about your bad roommates.
We would love to hear about.
Everyone has a bad roommate story, guys. I know you do. Tell me. I want to hear them. They're good. This is so interesting because they won't point towards a single tangible thing you're doing to make the environment tense. They're just saying, oh, I don't like it, it's tense. I would recommend continuing to keep to yourself, keep important belongings in your room if you think they may escalate, and keep gray rocking them in conversations like this. Don't give them anything to paint you as unstable or a risk. Most of all, please take care and be kind to yourself. I know how it feels to be the odd one out or ostracized in your living situation. It can take such a toll. Please show yourself love and kindness until you can get some space. Peace.
Video is gonna be real fun then. What?
Just in case you're interested, the first message in these screenshots was AI generated. That's why it seems so civil while asking you to do something completely unreasonable. That makes sense. Sorry you're dealing with this. It must be absolutely awful. Stick to your guns. Don't get drawn into any more conversation. That makes sense. That would make, hey, can you write me a text that is super nice asking them to do this to make it sound like, and then it switched from super nice and civil and well written to trying to play the manipulative. Well, it's also for me because I can't take this and they're all I have, so you're the bad one for staying.
That's horrible.
Gosh. Oh, I hate the, that classic, that mean girl clique thing where there's 3 of us and 1 of you ideas.
Well, that was pretty interesting. Were you just waving?
I waved. You gotta wave. You gotta say goodbye.
I didn't see it yet. Oh my god. Alright guys, make sure you
Bye.